If you're new to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing or like and comment on the videos that I produce. I want to talk about Oliver Anthony's song, Rich Men North of Richmond. But this is not a reaction video. I'm going to analyze his music and talk about why it's been so successful. I checked the Radio WV site and he's had 60 million views on YouTube, 53 million downloads on Spotify. That is incredible. He's been on the Billboard Top 100 #1 hit for 3 weeks now, and there's no signs of it letting up. His song has gone worldwide. We've seen reaction videos from almost every country in the world. At the Radio WV website, there's 174,000 plus comments on the video. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't think this has ever been done before. He's certainly the first artist in the history of recording artists to have been started out at #1 with his very first hit, never having produced anything before. So first what I want to do is talk about why he wrote the song. He talks about that in an interview that he made with Fox.
Why'd you write the song? What motivated you to write that song?
I don't know. Maybe that song's an evolution of a lot of my other songs. Like if you listen to Dog on It and Feeling Pretty Good, and really all of them, they just talk about common struggles that I feel like everybody deals with. I mean, it's really just how I felt, and so I guess other people inherently feel that way. Now that I'm learning, I'm not the only one that felt that way, but I really just wrote the song for me. And then Draven from Radio WV, he hit me up on like a Thursday and was really interested in doing some stuff, and at the time I only had the first half of Richmond North of Richmond written. I posted it online, but it was just like that first half. So we threw the second half together the day of filming, or the day before filming.
Think about that for just a minute. He threw the second verse together the day before filming. You just don't do that. That's not normal. I believe that the words in his song, especially in that second verse, were inspired by God. And I'm going to show you why when we get to the analysis of the video. But did you know that he was on Joe Rogan? He talked also there about his experience and what happened to him. Let's look at that.
Like, I'm nobody special and I'm not here to preach to anybody, but I'm telling you, like, giving things to God, for me, alleviated 99% of what, like, I had a, like, I don't know how to describe it, but when you experience, and I mean, you've done things that I haven't, like with DMT and all, and that stuff's very intriguing to me, and so I'm open-minded to all that as well. Like, I'm not, but yeah, like I had, when I kind of had this breakdown moment and decided that I was going to let whatever ego I had go, and just at this point, it's like I knew I didn't have much left in for me anyway, and I wanted to serve whatever purpose it was that I was here to serve. It's like you get this just overwhelming feeling in you. I was just crying like a baby, just this very like warm feeling throughout me, and that really hasn't gone away since. Like I'm not the guy that can play in front of 12,000 people on guitar. I would be like, I mean, I had never played a paid gig. When we played the show at the farm market where Jamie Johnson showed up, that was my first paid gig.
Think about that. He had an experience with God, and as a result of that experience, he wrote a song that went worldwide and blew up the charts everywhere. He's done 53,000 downloads on Spotify alone. I talked in another video about how he's making about $40,000 a day from his videos. So let's take a look at the song and see what it is about this song that is so spectacular.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so
You notice how when he begins the song, he only strums the chords once. what that does is draw your attention to the words. So you're listening to what he's singing instead of what he's playing. There's a difference. When you listen to the words, you start picking up on the song and understanding what he's talking about. And what he's talking about is universal pain that every man feels. When he's stuck in a job that he hates, he has to go to work every day because he's got to pay his bills, and he can't get out of the trap.
I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you.
Notice here he sings people like me and people like you. What he's doing is he's telling you, this story is about you, not just me. It's about us. That's what he's saying with those words.
I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen in reaction videos people reacting to that phrase, living in a new world with an old soul. It resonates. People are thinking, the world's gone crazy. We have people telling us that men can have babies. Men can have babies. It's insanity. And yet they act as if it's perfectly normal. And we're supposed to accept it as if it's normal. It's absolutely crazy. So you're an old soul in a new world if you don't think that men can have babies. If you think that people can't change their sex, if you think a lot of the things that they're trying to pass off as truth that are not, abuse of children, so much evil that's in the world right now, it's incredible, and we're being asked to accept it as if it's normal. And he's singing about it, saying, no, it's not normal for me, and it's not normal for you.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do.
Again, he's involving you in the song. They don't think you know, but I know that you do. He reminds me of a phrase from Solzhenitsyn where he says, they know they're lying. We know they're lying. They know we know they're lying. We know, they know, we know they're lying. And yet they keep lying. That's the politicians. He pinpoints the problem. The problem is in Washington, D.C. That's where all of this baloney, all these lies, and all this unnatural, evil stuff is being pushed and promoted. And we're being told constantly that it's normal, that it's okay, that it's acceptable. It's not. And he's telling you it's not. And he's telling you who's pushing it on you.
Your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men.
Now listen closely to the next words.
I wish politicians would look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord.
That is incredible. It is a quadruple entendre. You may have heard of double entendres. This is a quadruple entendre. First of all, he says, I wish politicians would look out for minors. We all know he's referring to miners who work in the mines. But there's also another meaning to that. He could be referring to minors. And what he's talking about is the abuse of minors with all this sex change crap that's going on. Absolutely evil stuff that is happening in our world. So there's two meanings to the first word, but then he sings the second part not just minors on an island somewhere. And everybody knows he's talking about Epstein and Epstein's Island. And why haven't we seen the list of people who went there? Why has no one been prosecuted for abuse of children? No one. It's just unbelievable that this has happened. And we all know why. It's because they're protected by the rich men north of Richmond. But there's also a second meaning to that use of minors. It could refer to all of the children and the people in other countries that are being taken care of with our tax dollars, while the rich men in Richmond ignore the needs of Americans and don't take care of all the Americans who are suffering. It's just an unbelievable turn of phrase. And I believe that God inspired him to write that. And it really strikes a chord. You see it in all the reaction videos. Everybody reacts to that.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the whole beast milking welfare.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen reaction videos where people have nodded their heads saying, yep, that's true. We do have people abusing welfare. The left wants to tell us that this is fat shaming, but that's the most ridiculous claim I've ever heard. There's nothing fat shaming about saying welfare is being abused. And why is it being abused? Because the rich men north of Richmond don't care if it's abused. They don't put in protections to keep it from being abused. So that tells you they don't care. That tells you that they'd just be happy if it's being abused because they're willing to waste our money.
God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds, young man.
Again, this is not fat abuse. This is not fat shaming. All the stupid claims the liberals are making about it. What he's saying is, if you're going to have welfare, and we know some people have to have it, they need it, it should be to provide for your essentials. It should provide you with healthy food that helps you stay alive and recover from any problems that you might have, so you can get out a job, go get a job, and get off of welfare. The purpose of welfare isn't to feed families for their entire lives. It's to take care of temporary issues, problems that arise in life for people where they struggle. And it should be feeding them properly, not giving them fudge rounds. The claim that it's fat shaming is a joke.
And they're putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Again, who's the ones that have allowed the promotion of the hatred of men? The rich men north of Richmond. If they took a stand against it, it wouldn't be as big as it is. If they spoke out, people would listen. But no, they either remain silent or they promote it because they're evil.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond.
This song is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
And he ends the song where he began, reminding you of the reason why he wrote the song, and reminding you of who the evil people are that are destroying the world that we live in, and telling us old souls that we have no place in this new world, that the evil that they're shoving down our throats is normal, and that our thoughts that it is evil is abnormal. You can't make this stuff up. It's just unbelievable. I never thought in my 75 years on this earth that our country would come to this point, and yet here we are. I don't know what the future holds, but I know the only answer that is going to work is God. So people are going to have to turn back to God, and they're going to have to be willing to stand up and speak out and not remain silent when evil is thrown in their faces, as is being done to us now. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you like to, subscribe, like, and comment on the video. I'll be putting out another video pretty soon with some of the remixes that have been made of Richmond, north of Richmond. For now, God bless you, have a good life, and enjoy yourself.